I'm Brad Kehler reporting for Beef Daily. These cattle have managed to escape the wrath of the peculiar phenomenon that has been taking place over the past few weeks. This is an empty pasture that is quickly becoming the new norm for producers in the area. The first disappearance took place in southeast Manitoba, and now these occurrences seem to be progressing north and westward. More situations are expected to take place across the map and globally within the next few months. At each of the sites, circles such as these have been found throughout the pastures. Samples are being examined to find out exactly what has been disturbing this thriving industry. Although it seems unrealistic, researchers believe that extraterrestrials are causing the cattle to vanish right out of producers' backyards.
We're here at the Glenlee Research Station looking at a pen of bulls, all that's left of the research herd. All of the cattle abduction cases so far have been female cows, leaving only the males left of the herd. Today we're talking to prominent beef cattle researcher Terry Gardner. Here's what she had to say about these bizarre cattle disappearances.
Manitoba Research Farm, we're looking into this issue with the females being gone. This is an example of a male because that's all we have. And this is certainly a dairy animal, but he's representative of what we could find. What you see here is a set of goggles that we've designed. The lenses are in fact removable. But we feel that these lenses are sufficient to deflect any of the beams that the aliens are sending out to the females, again, the most intelligent of the group. We hope that these shades will prevent them from going into the light. We believe that it is an alien abduction.
Producers are worried about the state of the cattle industry. This rancher's cattle were taken less than a month ago, and already he's had to make some tough decisions on his farm. This is what Tyler from Rafter TL Ranching had to say.
What do you miss about the beef industry?
I miss getting up and looking for them newborn calves and having something to watch grow all year. And it was a great way to grow up and have my kids in a industry like that and learn about the farming life.
So without beef cattle, what are you going to be diversing your farm to?
We've moved to sheep. I think sheep is a profitable industry, and there's a big demand for it.
Beef cattle disappearances affect both the economy and the environment. Professors here at the University of Manitoba are concerned but optimistic for the cattle industry.
Actually, beef sector employs a lot of people, nearly 70,000 farmers. In Canada, it's pretty important because we produce a lot of beef and then slaughter most of it. We export a little bit to the United States, but we slaughter a lot of our own beef, and that beef becomes part of the rest of the economy. Actually, there's an opportunity in the beef industry that we don't really take advantage of. The beef system's actually a pretty natural system. We can do a lot. We can produce a lot of beef without any excess use of energy or fertilizers. The main system is pretty sustainable, and we should be going out there and promoting beef as a more sustainable form of protein. I think right now the conditions are a little tight. We've got pretty high grain prices, but the herd's small. That means there's not that much supply out there. So, we have to take into account these disappearing animals. It's even more opportunity if you've got a herd to start building now. I think you have to be concerned about grain prices rising in the future as we see higher grain prices. But other than that, I think the system's got a good long-term view.
The cattle industry in Canada provides many ecological and economic benefits for the Canadians and the Canadian Prairie region. So when we think about it, probably the first thing that we should consider is that beef is an important food source and a high-quality food source for Canadians. Secondly, beef production across Canada, or the many beef farms that are across Canada, are a really important boost for rural economies. Beef cattle production also has many ecological benefits. Our extensive prairie pasture system across Canada provides habitat for wildlife, thereby enhancing the biodiversity of our landscapes. And these pastures also provide an important strategy by which we can protect the soil and also by which we can sequester carbon, which is very important in our quest to reduce greenhouse gases.
Producers are not the only sector affected by the disappearances. Consumers and retailers are also feeling the strains.
I'm Brad Kehler with Beef Daily. I'm with Ralph. Ralph, show us the cooler.
You do, sir. Where we normally store our beef right here, but as you can see, well, we're down to our last resort. This is what people come here for mostly. Beef is the base product of a lot of our recipes.
So how do you feel about the beef shortage?
Honestly, I feel really let down. It's not nice telling your customers that you can't supply what they're here for, and when they're going home almost empty stomach without beef, it's really sad.
And what's your favorite beef platter?
My beef platter, the favorite one so far, I'd say it would be a nice medium rare filet mignon. That's the best you can go so far.
That's Ralph's beef. I'm on site with Harry of Harry's Bar. Harry, what do you like about beef?
The fact that they're good fertilizers is a good thing. And I don't know, they're quiet. They don't bother me very much. They're on the range. Ranchers take care of them. And I just love a good steak. And beef ribs too. Fantastic.
So if you had your pick between a steak and a beef rib, what would it be?
It would always be a steak, but depending on the moment. If I had beef on Friday, steak on Friday, I'd probably have ribs on Saturday.
Thanks, Harry. That's Harry's beef.
But I think it's industry that's well worth keeping, in my opinion. And look at all the jobs. Can you imagine no steak?
No, I can't.
There you go.
On site with Beef Daily. I'm here with Steph from Harry's Bar. I'm going to ask him some questions about what his beef is. Steph, what do you think is important about beef?
Well, it's a staple of our diet, I think. I think everyone likes to have beef like at least once a day, so
Thanks, Steph.
you're welcome.
I'm Brad Kehler on site. What's your beef? What's your favorite beef?
A ribeye steak.
The ribeye steak is Jones' beef. What's your beef?
So why do you like beef?
Because it's awesome and it's really nice on pizza and lasagna and steak. Man, that's my favorite.
Chili?
Chili?
I love chili.
Hey, the
Beef
greatest
stew.
of all. What's the
stew, I love.
What's the one we all have? Hamburgers.
Hamburgers, yes.
Like a hamburger.
Best part about being a rancher.
Being your own boss.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you definitely are. Control your own destiny, so to speak.
I love steak and burgers, and I'm Mennonite, so I really like meat buns.
For myself, I really love steak and burgers and pretty much like casseroles. Exactly like around this area, our whole culture has sort of been like raised on beef and meat in general, so it would definitely be something that would be missed.
Do you think that ranchers are good stewards of the environment?
Yes, I think so, because they see everything, they see nature, they're in it, they know, they care. I would love to spend the day on a horse, like all day outside, like riding over streams and through valleys and everything. That'd be so fun.
What are your 3 favorite foods that have beef in them?
Ooh, spaghetti and meatballs, burgers, and steak.
Here with Rose. Rose, what's your favorite kind of beef?
I like steak.
You like steak?
Yep.
What would you do? What's your favorite kind of beef?
My favorite kind of beef is red Angus.
Red Angus? Cattle?
Cattle.
And how do you like it on the plate?
Oh, I like a good 3/4 inch steak, medium rare.
What are your top 3 beef meals?
That would be steak and prime rib, and I'd have to say more steak.
So, Tyler's beef is steak. What's your beef? What's your favorite beef dish?
I like a T-bone steak.
T-bone steak is Dr. Bruin's beef. What's your beef?
That's easy. That would be steak, burgers, lasagna, you name it, I like it.
The steaks onto the grill.
Gonna have a good one tonight.
We've heard from a whole spectrum of different people today, from producers to consumers. We all understand that the Canadian beef industry is important to our economics, our well-being, and our livelihoods. Reporting from Beef Daily, I'm Brad Kehler. Beefy.